Welcome to Remedial One YouTube channel, your number one channel when it comes to WAEC exams. In this video, I'm going to show you the marking scheme for elective mathematics. Before that, let's go through some of the topics in elective maths. I'm going to show you how the questions are structured, how they set the questions. Elective mathematics is divided into three sections. The first one is pure mathematics, vectors and mechanics, statistics and probability. So let's look at the topics that fall under these sessions. For pure mathematics, we have set and operation on sets, sets, binary operation, relations and functions, quadratic function and equation, polynomial functions, rational function, to bracket partial fraction, indices and logarithm, simultaneous equation, binomial theory, linear and quadratic inequalities, and we also have application of linear inequalities, which is linear programming. Coordinate geometry 1, which talks about straight lines, equation of a straight line, gradient, angle between two lines, and so on and so forth. The details, you can go for the details. Coordinate geometry 2, that is equation of circles, sequence and series, calculus, differentiation and integration. And then we can talk about the application to matrices and linear transformation, logical reasoning, global mathematics. So under vectors and mechanics, we have vectors in plane. This is where you talk about evaluation, simplification of vectors, addition and subtraction, scalar multiplication, dot products, and so on and so forth. So under mechanics too, we have statics and then dynamics. So statics deals with body at rest and then the forces acting on that body. So that's basically about the statics. Then dynamics deals with motions of objects, motions of bodies. So that is where we talk about the equation of motions and so on and so forth. Then the last session, statistics and probability. So we have statistics. Here it's divided into two. We have the graph and then we have the calculation. The graph, we talk about bar chart, histogram, cumulative frequency. Yes. And then the calculation, we have measures of central tendency. Then you can talk of the variance. That's where we have the mean, median, and then mode. And then you talk about the variance, the standard deviation, the range, the mean deviation. They are all part of the calculation. In my previous videos, we have solved some questions there. You can go there and then watch it. We have correlation and then regression is also part. And then permutation and combination, probability, binomial probability. Now these are together, and then this one, that is how they have divided it. Statistics and then correlation, regression, they are one part when they are setting the question. Then permutation and combination, probability, binomial probability is also one. So for WAEC exams, what are you supposed to do? So in all, you are going to answer 12 questions. Bear in mind, for elective maths, you will have 8 compulsory questions and then 4 optional. For compulsory questions, you have 4 pure mathematics questions. So only 4 of all the topics that I've listed will appear in the compulsory side. Then for vectors and mechanics, you have 2. So this is how it is distributed. 1 vector question and then 1 mechanics question. So the vectors, that is evaluation, simplification, dot product, and so on and so forth. No form. That's one session. And then mechanics, it could be dynamics or statistics. Then we have statistics and then probability. So 1 for statistics, that is correlation and then regression. So that is 1. And then probability, permutation and combination, binomial probability. So every time you get a question in each. Let's look at the optional. The optional, you are supposed to answer 4 questions with at least 1 from each session. So all the 3 sessions, the first session, which is pure mathematics, you are going to have 3 questions. And then the second one, vectors and mechanics, you're going to have 2. Then statistics and then probability questions, you are going to also have 2. So the pure mathematics, now, and I have underlined this word, at least 1. You are supposed to answer 4, but you have 3 sessions. What it means is that pick or select a question from each session first, and then the last one you can pick it from any of the session. So one session you can get 2 questions from one session. Now, if you are not able to answer a question from one part or one session, you lose that mark. I mean, let me explain. For example, you answer maybe 3 questions from pure mathematics, or you answer 2 questions from pure mathematics, and then you answer 2 questions from vectors and mechanics, which means that you did not touch the 3rd session, which is statistics and then probability, and each question worth 13 marks. So it means that you are going to lose that 13 marks, even though you have answered 4 questions. But then, because you did not answer a question from one session, we will cross out one of the 4 questions and then make it 3 questions. So be careful. So on the safety side, select a question from each of the session first before you pick the 4th one from any of the sessions. So these are, now let me give you a few tips as you write the exams. Number 1, take at most 10 minutes to go through the questions whilst you select those ones that you are going to do. Now, it does not mean that the 8 compulsory questions you have to start from question 1. No. Yes, we are aware that you are going to do all the 8 questions. But then, select the question that you can get the maximum point first. Always have the question number, so that the examiner will get to know that this is the particular question that you are answering. Now, why do you have to take at most 10 minutes? To avoid wasting of time. There are times that a student will start answering the question, and when it gets to the middle, just cross out. Why? Because you realize that you can't continue. That is waste of time. If you take your time to select them, you will be able to avoid this problem. Number 2, leave your answer in the stated number of decimal places or significant figures. For example, if you are asked to leave your answer in 2 decimal places, don't leave your answer in 1 decimal place. If you leave your answer in 1 decimal place, you are going to lose 1 mark. You will be penalized. So always read the question well and take note of the stated number of decimal places that you are supposed to leave your answer. And also, if you are to leave your answer in, let's say, 2 decimal places, you need to work with 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places. Now, for tables, for example, if you are solving a question on trig and you are drawing a table, the least number of decimal places should be 3. The least number of decimal places should be 3. Don't over approximate it. If you over approximate your figures, you may not get the exact answer. Assuming that your final answer is supposed to end in centimeters, and then you write meters, you are going to lose 1 mark, and it is called wrong unit. Wrong unit. And then there's one thing, omission of unit. Omission of unit. That is, if the unit is meters and you don't write it, this one too, you'll be penalized. Yes, 1 mark is you are going to lose 1 mark. So take note of some of these things. Viewers, thank you very much for watching this video. I know you are still preparing for your exams. I wish you all the best. Once again, if you have not subscribed, I will kindly ask that you click on the subscribe button and share.